Should Golden State be worried about Houston?
Yes, they should. I mean, when Harden goes 0 for 15 and you still beat a team in the playoffs the way they did, and then he starts hitting shots down the stretch especially, yeah, you got to be worried. And that's with Harden not getting the calls that normally he shouldn't get anyway, these incidental contact calls that he draws, gets the defender to graze him and gets the call. Nevertheless, he was making plays down the stretch, and the Rockets won. I will bring up last season again because I believe this Rockets team right now is better than that team was. They're firing more on all cylinders, partly because of the kind of fortuitous nature of their injuries. Chris Paul and Clint Capella actually wound up getting a little rest, which CP3 can use at his age. And now they've coalesced with enough runway to get to the playoffs that now here we are, and even when Harden goes 0 for 15, they still win. Look, last season, against that Warriors squad that's ripping through the NBA for 2 years with no resistance, last year without Chris Paul, a top-heavy team like the Rockets, went 0 for 27 in Game 7 and still only lost by single digits. 0 for 27 without one of their two stars and only lost by single digits. And I'm here to tell you this team is better. They started off slowly, and then they got Bizdelic back out of retirement or whatever to be the D coordinator. The defense got much better. James Harden's been a man on a mission, and it will come down to, again, as I've been saying, if Harden hits shots, not just plays well, not just, jumps into passing lanes or otherwise plays disruptive defense or hooks up his team. I'm talking about if Harden not just continues to shoot, but hits shots, Stephen A., the Rockets will beat the Warriors.
So are you saying they're going to beat the Warriors?
I haven't seen Harden hit shots. It's the only reason I'm taking the Warriors.
Wait. I thought you just said they will beat the Warriors.
If Harden hits shots, he has not shown he can do it yet. And yet the Rockets are within spitting distance of the Warriors last season in a Game 7, single digits, 0 for 27 as a team at one point from 3. Without Chris Paul. They have Chris Paul. I don't expect them to go 0 for 27 again. And Harden has shown signs he's coming out of his choking funk. But he's got to come out of it. He's got to show that he can do it.
Sure, I got it, Max Kellerman. You know what, Max? If you boxed instead of talking about it, you might have knocked out Amir Khan yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a whole bunch of ifs there. I get your point, and you're absolutely right. If. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I mean, a lot of things could happen if, but the reality of the situation is clear. Let me be very, very clear about this. I don't mean any disrespect towards Houston. Because I wouldn't mind being in H-Town for the finals, and I would love to see Harden and CP3 capture a championship. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think anybody's going to beat Golden State. I saw Golden State amp it up yet again. Steph Curry is struggling, shoots 1 of 9 from three-point range. Doesn't matter, mere pack shells. Why? Because Klay Thompson dropped 17 points in the first quarter. He dropped 27 points in the first half. Kevin Durant comes back. He drops 32 for the game. Kevin Durant, 33 rather. Both of them shoot. Kevin Durant shoots 50% from three-point range. Klay Thompson hits like 6 of 9 three-pointers. I mean, look, this is just what they do. It's about elevating your play to the level of your competition or allowing it to diminish. When we look at the Utah Jazz, let's call it what it is. Donovan Mitchell, who I love, isn't having the greatest series in the world. We understand that. And he's the only viable scorer and playmaker on the Utah Jazz. All right? They're a one-armed bandit as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, Quinn Snyder does an exceptional job coaching them because they overachieve all the time. They're not in Houston's class, and Houston is exposing it. If that had happened against the Golden State Warriors, the Houston Rockets would have gotten blown out the building. You know why? Because you got to make shots when you're going up against the Golden State Warriors, who, by the way, can amp it up defensively anytime they damn well please. So when I look at them perform, I understand a part about a James Harden explosion. But let's keep in mind, Max, that I'm a guy that's on the record that said James Harden could drop 50. And they still might lose to Golden State because you got to get production from somebody else in order to beat the Golden State Warriors, who I believe people are not given enough muscle to the fact that this is their last year at the Oracle. They're motivated. This is it for them, and they want to three-peat because they think that's going to make history. I'm not ignoring that component.
Let me just clarify. I'm sorry, because that can be thick sometimes. And sometimes it's better for me to repeat it in my own words to make sure I got it right. Let me get this clear. Stephen A., you are saying the Rockets do not have a chance against the Warriors. That's what I'm hearing from you, correct?
Everybody that's at least got a puncher's chance, but I don't believe they're going to beat the Warriors. No.
Okay.
Even if James Harden makes shots, I don't believe it.
Okay, got you. And Max, I'm not trying to be cute. You say you are taking the Warriors, but if Harden hits shots, the Rockets win.
Harden's a choker in the playoffs. Let's be clear. I mean, that's what his history has been. If he gets over the yips in the playoffs, I disagree with Stephen A. I don't think anyone has a puncher's chance. I think the Rockets, because of their style of play, had a puncher's chance, and now with their level of talent, it's like a puncher's chance who knows how to box. They got the Terrence Crawford puncher's chance, Stephen A. If Harden stops choking.
All right, if he stops choking.
He's not a choker. He's
Looks
not
like
a choker.
everybody
You're
has.
being
So far,
very
he has been in the
disrespectful
playoffs.
To the reigning league MVP. You're being very disrespectful.
Well, right.
Just because you don't
Reigning
make
league
threes,
MVP.
he's made shots from twos.
Regular season MVP. James, be the MVP in the playoffs. You will win the chip.
Okay, we got you. Both of you say the Warriors win unless their competition plays great.